Welcome to Silent Secrets. In today's video, we're going to explore something most people never talk about, what truly stirs a woman's emotions beneath the surface. Because even though she may never say it out loud, even though she may smile and act as if she's in control, deep down there's a quiet hunger, not for gifts, not for words, but for feeling. Every woman, no matter how confident, independent, or composed she appears, craves an experience that shakes her, moves her, and awakens something she didn't even know she was missing. It's not about perfection or appearance. It's about presence. It's about the kind of energy a man carries when he's rooted in himself. Calm, grounded, mysterious, and unshakable. Most men never get there. They've been taught to play safe, to please, to explain. They've been conditioned to think the right words or constant attention will spark desire. But that's not how attraction works. What truly captivates a woman isn't what you give her. It's what you withhold with intention. It's your silence when others beg for attention. It's your stillness when others rush to please. It's your mystery that speaks louder than words. Today, I'll show you how to unlock that energy, not by pretending or manipulating, but by becoming the kind of man whose calmness feels like gravity. The man who doesn't chase, the man who doesn't fold, the man who doesn't need to prove, because he already is. Let's begin. Trick number 1. She loves to feel intrigued. She'll never admit this. But what draws her in isn't comfort. It's curiosity. She's drawn to the unknown. Not the man who explains everything, but the one who moves through life like there's more beneath the surface. It's the man who pauses before he speaks. The man who looks into her eyes and chooses silence instead of small talk. The one who listens deeply, who doesn't fill every second with noise. That man, he becomes unforgettable. When you speak less, every word gains weight. When you reveal less, every moment gains mystery. And mystery is the soil where attraction grows. You see, when a woman meets a man who doesn't give everything away, not because he's hiding, but because he's intentional, something inside her awakens. It's not confusion, it's curiosity. And curiosity is the spark that ignites fascination. The space you leave between words gives her imagination room to breathe. It lets her wonder, who is he really? What's behind those eyes? Because here's the truth. What she can't predict, she wants to understand. What she can't control, she wants to earn. She doesn't crave full access. She craves the journey of discovering you. Every time you show restraint, every time you pause when others overshare, you create tension. And that tension isn't the enemy's, it's the invitation. It's what makes her heart beat a little faster when she hears your name. Imagine a man who walks into a room and doesn't need to be loud. He doesn't chase attention. He doesn't perform. He just is. His stillness speaks. His eyes carry weight. His posture says, I'm comfortable in silence. That kind of energy can't be faked. It's felt. Too many men give away their power by talking too much, explaining too much, or seeking approval. They believe being open will build trust, but oversharing kills mystery. You give her the ending before she's even begun reading the story. Attraction isn't built on access. It's built on anticipation. When she feels like she's figured you out, she stops leaning in. When she feels there's more to discover, she keeps coming back. So speak with intention. Let silence become your language. Let her earn every layer. Don't hide, just pace the reveal. Say less, mean more. And watch how curiosity becomes connection. Trick number 2. She loves to feel challenged now. Let's talk about the second truth. Every woman, even the strongest ones, secretly craves to be challenged. Not disrespected, not dominated, but challenged in a way that awakens respect. Because deep attraction isn't built from constant agreement. It's built from tension between two strong energies. A man who can disagree without aggression, who can hold his ground without ego, instantly shifts how she sees him. Most men fold under pressure. They want to please. They laugh at things they don't find funny. They say yes to things that violate their own boundaries, all just to keep the peace. But peace that costs your integrity is just weakness wearing a polite mask. When a woman senses that you're afraid to stand in your truth, she loses interest. Not because she's cruel, but because subconsciously she realizes, if he can't protect his own values, he can't protect mine. Strength doesn't shout. It holds. It's in your calm no when others would rush to explain. It's in your refusal to chase approval. It's in the way you stay centered when tested. A man who carries quiet conviction is rare, and rare is unforgettable. You don't have to dominate her energy. You just need to hold your own. When you stand firm, she feels safe. Not because you control her, but because you control yourself. Women test boundaries not to break them, but to see if they exist. They push to see if your calm is real. When you don't flinch, when you remain composed, she feels something deeper than excitement. She feels respect, and respect once earned turns into attraction, because she realizes you're not like the rest. You're not bending for attention. You're not shifting your identity to be liked. You're living by your code. That's the man she remembers. That's the man she talks about to her friends. Not because he gave her everything, but because he refused to give away his integrity. Boundaries are magnetic. They separate men who want to please from men who lead. So stop explaining your truth. Embody it. Stop chasing validation. Carry values. Stop trying to be chosen. Become the chooser. Because women don't fall for convenience, they fall for conviction. Every time you calmly hold your ground, every time you protect your peace, you're not pushing her away. You're teaching her what real strength looks like. And the deeper truth is this. When a woman finally meets a man who can't be shaken by her storms, she doesn't test him anymore. She trusts him. And once she trusts your emotional strength, she'll give you a loyalty words can't describe. Trick number 3. She loves to feel uncertain. Now this one might surprise you. She actually loves uncertainty. Not chaos. Not mind games, but the emotional suspense that keeps her intrigued. Uncertainty is what gives depth to attraction. Because certainty, as comfortable as it feels, eventually kills curiosity. When she knows every thought you're about to express, when your schedule, words, and emotions are predictable, her interest fades. She stops wondering. She stops imagining. And imagination is where passion lives. But when she can't fully read you, when there's a quiet unpredictability in how you move, how you respond, how you live, her emotions begin to root themselves in your mystery. She doesn't wake up wondering if you like her. She wakes up thinking about you. This doesn't mean playing games. It means living with depth. It means not making her the center of your world, but inviting her into it. When your life has a purpose that doesn't revolve around her approval, she feels your independence. And independence is magnetic. You don't text just to fill silence. You text because you have something to say. You don't rush to reply. Not out of arrogance, but because you're not available on demand. You give space, and in that space, she leans in. Because emotions attach to effort. We value what we reach for. So when you let her wonder, not stress, but wonder, you're giving her something most men never do. Anticipation. Anticipation makes her heart race. It builds a story in her mind. It keeps her emotionally engaged long after you've gone silent. And that's the paradox. By saying less, you make her think more. By pulling back slightly, you pull her deeper emotionally. A man of presence doesn't reveal everything. He lets his life speak. He lets time do the talking. When she asks what you're thinking, you don't owe her every detail. You can say, "I'm still figuring that out." That mystery doesn't confuse her. It fascinates her. It tells her you're not performing. You're processing. You're not an open book. You're a story still being written. And every great story leaves the reader craving the next chapter. Trick number 4. She loves to earn her place. This is where it all comes together. Because in the end, she doesn't want everything handed to her. She wants to earn it. It's human nature. We only value what we work for. When you give her endless attention, compliments, time, and energy without requiring anything in return, she may appreciate it, but she won't value it. Because people don't cherish what feels free. They cherish what feels earned. When you make her rise to meet your standards, when she feels she's earned your attention through effort, consistency, and presence, that's when connection turns to devotion. Stop giving your presence like it's air. Make it rare. Make it meaningful. You don't need to play hard to get. Just be hard to replace. Let her feel that your attention is a reflection of her effort. Let her realize that your praise has weight, because when she finally earns it, every word from you will mean more. Every moment will feel deeper. Every silence will speak volumes. A man who values his time teaches others how to treat it. A man who guards his peace teaches others to respect it. And a man who gives himself only to those who've earned it becomes unforgettable, so hold your standards. Not as walls, but as doors that only open to those who are ready to walk through them. Final reflection. Attraction isn't about tricks. It's about energy. The kind of energy that doesn't chase validation because it already carries self-worth. The kind that speaks softly, but commands attention. That gives slowly, but deeply, that doesn't need to explain. Because its presence already says enough. So remember this. You don't attract through effort alone. You attract through essence. Be the man who carries quiet power, not loud performance. Be the man who makes her think long after you've gone silent. Be the man she remembers. Not because you impressed her, but because you made her feel something real. And when you walk away, she won't say it out loud, but she'll feel it. Every time she hears your name, every time she closes her eyes, every time she wonders why no one else feels quite the same. Because you weren't just another man. You were the one she had to earn. Outro, soft music _. If this message spoke to you, remember, presence is power, silence is strength, and mystery is not about hiding. It's about depth. Thank you for watching Silent Secrets.